This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Are you insane?
This is a sham.
No. Nope.
Y'all, just
It's
stop.
finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. I'm Tori, and I'm in for Sam here with my good pals Jeff, Al, and Erica. And today we're looking back at some of the stories that got us talking, like this one about maintaining distance during a divorce. So it appears Kim and Kanye gave each other space during their split, but is that always a good thing? Take a look. So is distancing a good thing for a divorce, good or bad? Erica, I'm not going to you because you've been through it, but I do want to get your take on the feeling, of do you need that distance for closure?
Well, first of all, it's fair to come to me.
Okay.
I think it really depends on the nature of your relationship and your divorce. I mean, believe it or not, some people actually make a joint decision that maybe they should go their separate ways, and it's amicable. And maybe they even, I helped my ex-husband move out of our shared home. So it's not like it has to be distance and it has to be, a major blow up. Sometimes it's just two consenting adults deciding, see you later.
TTYL. What do you think of?
I think it's and I'm divorced as well. And honestly, I think you have to make a decision, especially when there are kids involved, Jeff. It's easy. Are you going to damage your kids or are you not? Are we going to keep, because you're in the kid business, that's your company. So you can not hang out with each other off work, which is the end of your marriage, but you guys still are raising these kids. So the system is there. You can abuse your partner with it. You can drag them through court. You can bankrupt them. You can do whatever you need, or you can make a decision to not do that. And your kids are looking. So everybody watching, if you, God forbid, you're going through this, just remember your kids are remembering. So when you're talking about their dad, you're talking about 50% of them. When you're talking about how terrible their mom is, they're hearing that half of me is bad. So
I know.
It's very important.
What do you think, Jeff, real quick?
For Kim and Kanye, I'll just speak on them. They're not talking. I don't think that's great for their relationship, but they'll get there. I think being our royals here is fuel to their fire. They're hearing this about Kanye, he's hearing this about Kim, or vice versa, or whatever, and it just adds fuel to the fire. They'll get there eventually, and they'll be amicable.
I do think that the Kardashians keep the men that they have divorced around, and they're very kind, so I'm hoping it'll be amicable in the end. Amicable.
I said it better than you.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought she missaid it, and I was like, maybe she's had someone's confidence. You could have just left it.
I should have let it hang. That's funny. As soon as I said it, we both looked at each other, and then we made fun of each other on there.
Because I was proud of myself. I was like, "Ooh, way to go, big guy."
Way to go, Big Jeff.
Mercy.
That was Tori's Dr. Quinn medicine woman era. Like when she was dressing like she was on the frontier.
Everyone gather around for boiling water.
Yeah, I like that. Stagecoach Tori.
Like the She Shed made a debut.
Yeah.
Very
Coming
nice to see that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it bring back memories?
She Shed days.
The She Shed, did it bring back memories?
Yeah, it did.
Good? Bad?
Both.
Fair, totally. All right, what about relationship deal breakers? So being bad with money, lying, and a lack of ambition.
That's very honest of you.
Yeah, Tori, you have to say that on television, but we're really proud of you.
Yeah, good for you. I'm glad you got that off your chest.
Mm-hmm. I was saying that to Jeff earlier, but
Are we
I know
done?
you were
We're
going to
good.
say it.
Okay, got to keep moving. That's what they said in my ear. Are some of the top deal breakers in a relationship, but we had a few of our own, so take a look.
Okay, so deal breakers. I want to know what your personal deal breakers are, starting with you, Erica.
You cannot swear at me. You cannot swear at me. You can swear around me, but you can't swear at me.
Love it.
That's a big one.
Even how about like a joking? Like, never mind.
It can't be directed.
I'm not even going in there.
Towards me.
Okay, so my deal breaker, accountability. Okay, when you're wrong, admit that you're wrong. Let's talk about it and move forward. That's communication. If you're pointing fingers all the time, this is not even a relationship with my wife, just in friends general, and you're always pointing fingers at why you did something else, it's someone else's fault. Nope.
Yeah, for me, and this is going to sound weird, but sometimes you'll be with somebody and they have issues with your job, like the hours you work or how hard, and it's just like in a weird way they make you feel bad about going to work, and I've had that a lot, even though you met me at this job, and so that's definitely a deal breaker for me.
How about you?
I think for me, if you hate animals, that's like a big no-no. Like I can't. That to me, Michael Dean laughs again. That to me, like if you hate animals, that speaks something to your character, and I lump it with like if you're a bigot, if you're like you're just like can't.
But I don't love all animals. What about that? What if I pick and choose? Like a
what?
cafeteria. Like I don't
What
like
if you had a
raccoons.
snake and
Those
you
are
didn't like it?
mean.
What?
Raccoons are mean.
Yeah, but you wouldn't
Badgers.
hurt a raccoon.
No, I wouldn't hurt it.
What if it was in
That's
your
a
house
different
attacking your
level.
kid?
Yeah.
It's not a badger's not in your house attacking a kid.
Swans are mean. They are.
They spit.
Swans are mean.
Yeah.
A lot of birds. If birds were bigger, we'd have a lot of problems.
Wow.
They're super aggressive.
Why don't you see more dead birds?
I've thought about that.
That's
It's
a great
weird.
Or baby squirrels. You never see little squirrels.
No, I see a lot of those, but
see
like,
babies?
there's so many birds. Why aren't they just falling sometimes? Like, not once in my life in 43 years have I seen one fall.
You would think. Maybe they go to
know?
like a magical place.
You ever
and
think
just-
about that?
Erica's face is the best.
You ever drive
He's
around and
all,
just think
"What's
about that?
going
Like, man, where do they all go?
I love
That's a
it.
good children's book.
That's what I think about when I'm driving.
All right, a relationship deal breaker for Erica would definitely be living in the house that inspired the movie The Exorcist. Watch this.
Would you continue to live in that house, Erica?
No!
Erica, come on.
No.
Erica, he
Y'all
just
know.
said grow up.
They shot a movie there, and the actors were in there.
I am so serious. I have said since I was like 4 or 5 years old that I don't want to live in specific houses, specific types of houses, because y'all, I'm serious. Like whatever it is, maybe I'm sensitive to it, but when stuff is around, I feel it, and it gets very distracting.
Oh my God,
no.
everyone's shaking their head. Is there something ever in the studio? Have you ever felt a presence in the studio?
No, I've never
good.
felt a presence in the studio.
And Al, this is where the inspiration came from. So it's not the house they acted in, it's actually where the stories came from.
The spirits helped me flip it for what I bought it for.
You're gonna live in that house?
What? I would live in this house. I would live in that house and summon the ghosts every day, like bring it and then
No, you
turn on
wouldn't.
football.
Get
There's no
away
such thing
from
as
me with
growth.
that.
Ghosts. I'm talking about. I'm with Erica.
I rebuke you, Al. No.
What else do you believe in a little guy with a tail and horns in 2021? Stop it.
The opinions and comments made by Al Jackson do not reflect my spirit.
This may be my last show. There might be a demon under my pillow tonight. You guys, what are you, 7?
Where's the pillow gonna be?
Erica, you didn't love that.
No, I don't like playing with that energy. Al's like tempting something. No.
And
Jeff agrees.
we talked, and like you got me on your side. I do believe in energy. I just don't believe in like super fancy. Like I don't believe in like fantasy.
I don't believe in tempting energy. See, you can't be putting things out there. Words are very strong, my friend. Very strong. You can't be just putting stuff out there.
I feel like you're gonna put me on Energy's list, and Energy's looking for me now. 'Cause you're like
no,
calling me out
because that
for
would
my
give me
energy.
bad karmatic energy.
See? It all comes full circle.
And the word karmatic.
I did never heard that. Coming up on
I don't know
DBL,
if it's a
we're
word.
catching up. We're catching up with the Fonz. Henry Winkler stopped by. That is not Henry Winkler. Stopped by to dish on his new book.
He's looking great
He's looking
these days.
amazing. And
No, that's the magician.
And those happy days on set with co-star Ron Howard. And now we get Matt Franco, the first magician to win America's Got Talent. We know why. Stick around for the incredible card trick he showed us.
That was a trick too. We just did.
That was an illusion.
The story was reading very slowly.
Thanksgiving leftovers. They may taste super yummy to you, but be careful before serving that food to your furry family members. We checked with these sources and they say many of the foods on the Thanksgiving table, well, they aren't safe for pets to eat. First up, the main event. While turkey is often used in commercial dog food and can be healthy for dogs when cooked plain, Thanksgiving turkeys are packed with flavor, or at least they should be. And the fats, oils, spices, and seasonings used to flavor it, as well as the skin, well, they can be dangerous to pets. That's because too much fat puts pets at risk of pancreatitis, which according to the Pet Poison Helpline is an inflammation of the pancreas that can result in vomiting, diarrhea, loss of appetite, and abdominal pain for your pet. So it's a no for turkey. Next up, the holiday ham. According to the American Kennel Club, ham contains a higher fat content than most other types of meat. It's often high in salt and sugar, according to Purina. Both of those are reasons why ham is bad for pets. So how about stuffing or dressing? Onions, garlic, and chives, well, they're all common ingredients in stuffing, and they're poisonous to both dogs and cats, according to the Pet Poison Helpline. So it's a no for all of these items too. But there are some plain foods often used in Thanksgiving dishes that are safe for pets. Apples, green beans, sweet potatoes, zucchini, winter squash, carrots, and popcorn are all on the Pet Poison Helpline's list of pet-safe foods. It's important to stress, though, that these foods must be free of oil, butter, fats, sugar, spices, seasonings, and salt. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, the safest way to treat your pet during the holiday season, well, it's to share some treats or a holiday-themed toy. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till. To receive daily fast facts to your phone, text Verify to 202-410-8808. And to sign up for our newsletter, visit verifythis.com/email.
Welcome back to DBL. Did you know that the man who played Arthur Fonzarelli on the show Happy Days is an author in real life? Yes, I nailed that. That's right. Henry Winkler joined us earlier to talk about his book on this Encore, Chatting with the Stars.
Welcome to DBL, Henry. First of all, I gotta address your, is that an Anthony Fauci pillow in the background?
It is Fauci on the couch.
That's amazing.
Love it.
I know. We went from Burn in the Fern, that's a Bernie Sanders reference, to Fauci on the couch. I love it. Now, I have to ask you, we saw Ron Howard in the news recently talking about his hair falling out when Fonzie became a bigger character than Richie. What was that like in the moment, being the Fonz, and how did you mend your relationship over the years?
You know, it's very interesting. The fourth year, we did a show on a dude ranch, and he drove a VW Bug, the original Bug, and he drove me home, and we were talking, and it's the only time in all of these 45 years that we ever talked about it. I said, "So Ron, how do you feel?" He said, "You know, I was hired as the star of the show. You don't play star, you did a good job and the character is good for the show. So, you know, that is the reality." We shook hands. He is like my brother, and that was the only time we talked about it. I never mentioned his hair.
Good call.
Smart.
Yeah.
So, Henry, you're known as, if not the nicest guy in Hollywood. How do you stay so grateful after all these years in an industry that has turned so many cold?
Do you know, I have to say, you use the word, I am just grateful to be on the earth. I'm having an extraordinary time.
You're a very accomplished actor, but I do want to talk about your book. You're more proud seeing your name on a book. You've written close to 40 novels. Slow down, Henry. What does being an author have that being an actor doesn't? What's the difference? Talk to me about it.
I will tell you, first of all, I never thought in a million years that my name would be on a book with Lynn. We write together in her office since 2002. It is an accomplishment I was told I would never achieve, and here we are.
Wow.
And this is the end of a trilogy. But we write so that it's like a standalone, and I, without modesty, without shame, I say it would be a great holiday gift.
Does he know what he's doing or what?
I know. So we got to talk about your latest role in the new Wes Anderson film. I'm obsessed with all things Wes Anderson, and what an all-star cast. And in it, of course, you played this Uncle Joe. What is it like working with Wes, all the other stars? And I have to ask too, did you get to work with Bill Murray at all?
No, I didn't. I have yet to meet Bill Murray. In my whole life. It would be amazing, you know. But anyway, so Wes Anderson. First of all, you learn to speak the language of Wes Anderson. He is in charge of every detail. He is an artist beyond compare. He said to me, "Henry," and I thought, oh my goodness, Wes Anderson is going to give me direction now. I said, "Yes, Wes." He said, "Could you move a millimeter to the left?" I said, "I can, and I will."
I love that, man. We'll be right back.
Grocery prices are a hot topic right now with inflation and supply chain issues, especially ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. The biggest ticket item on many consumer shopping lists is turkey. And as Turkey Day gets closer, multiple news outlets claim the price of a whole turkey has nearly doubled since 2019. And some people on social media are sharing the same claim. So did the price of a whole turkey nearly double for consumers since 2019? Let's verify. Our sources are the U.S. Department of Agriculture, a Wells Fargo Food and Agribusiness Industry Report, and Steve Reed, an economist at the Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics. The media articles cite a Wells Fargo analyst report which uses USDA data. A close read of that report says that turkey prices are nearly 50% higher now than a 5-year average. The report does show this. Turkey prices in January 2019 were almost half of what they are now, but those are producer prices and not what people pay at the store. To find out if the price of turkey nearly doubled for consumers from 2019 to 2021, we turn to Steve Reed, an economist at the Bureau of Labor Statistics, to get a concrete answer.
Our data shows an increase of about 13.2% over the past 2 years, which is, a bigger increase than we typically see in recent years, but certainly nowhere near doubling. Doubling would be a 100% increase. Very few items would double over a 2-year period.
So we can verify, no, the price of a whole turkey did not double for consumers since 2019, but prices are higher than 2 years ago. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
Welcome back to DBL. He was the first magician to win America's Got Talent, claiming the $1 million prize. Matt Franco joined us earlier, and you won't believe how he blew our minds. Check it out.
That glass, of course, becomes a bottle. That bottle then becomes, of course, the full glass. But in order to do it that way, you have to have an extra bottle here. If you have one there, you gotta have one there. And if you're gonna use one there, you gotta have one there. And that's just too many bottles. We'll be having fun all night.
Whoa. Oh my gosh, come to the studio. Welcome back to DBL. He was the first magician to win America's Got Talent, claiming the $1 million prize and kicking off his own Vegas show, Magic Reinvented Nightly. Matt Franco, welcome to DBL. Yes,
thanks for having me. How are you?
We are doing really well. We're so excited to have you. Big fans here. Now, you've been performing magic since you were in preschool, which is crazy to me to think that. So we got to know, did you ever have an embarrassing moment on stage, maybe perhaps when you were younger?
Well, I've had them as an adult too. But yes, perhaps the most scarring, I was probably around 11 years old and I was floating a silver ball on stage. And this was in front of the high school auditorium. Of course, I wasn't in high school.
Oh, we have video. Okay.
And, oh boy, there's footage. There you go. And you'll see the ball just cracks in half and hits the stage. Here it comes. There it goes. Zoom out. Yep, Dad had to zoom out to show what happened. And then I run back and fix it and make it float again.
But we need those. That's how you perfect
You gotta
your
climb the
craft.
ladder.
Look at him now.
I know.
Matt, I got to tell you, big fan.
Yeah, now nothing throws me off.
Big fan, Matt. I watch you on AGT. Well deserved. But I got to know, being a magician, does learning the secrets behind a trick ruin the magic at all?
That's a good question.
I actually think it makes it better, right? So at first, when you learn the secret to a trick, it could seem like, oh, that's it. But then when you start to think about, well, why does that fool my brain? Even after you know how it's done and you watch it again and it's still, your brain still is sort of fooled by it, that to me is fascinating. So I like getting even deeper into the psychology of how things work. But there are always two types of people watching magic, those that just enjoy it and those that I can see get ticked off. And they're like this.
Funny.
Yeah, well, Matt, your Vegas show incorporates so much audience participation. I've been doing stand-up for 15 years, and I'm scared to talk to the audience because it's so unpredictable. So, like, what's the craziest interaction you've had with an audience member on stage?
Yeah, I love the improvisational elements. I've had lots of crazy things happen. It's crazy to pick just one. I've had someone pass out on stage where I actually caught them before they hit the stage. I think I saved her life. It was a crazy situation. I've had multiple times when I brought, because it's a show for the whole family, and at the end of the show I bring sometimes younger volunteers on stage, right? And I've had some instances where they can't hold it in and pee their pants.
I've seen that. Yeah.
That's so magical.
I've had people, it's Vegas. It's Vegas. I've had people come up on stage barefoot. I just never know what I'm going to get.
It takes a lot of courage.
That's so scary. All right, so we hear you have a trick for us, Matt. We cannot wait to see it. Show us.
Yeah, I was wondering, have you ever seen one of these? Do you have any idea what this is? I'll let you guys just take some guesses.
Like a jewelry box holder?
Oh, that's a good guess.
You were close when you said box.
I'll
what
say
was that?
for Apple AirPods, yeah. Like the box
Now
inside
zoom in
there.
here so you can see this. Watch this. I'll show you what this is. This is actually a card box, but it's not printed yet until I go like this.
What?
Whoa.
Now that's just the outside. The inside is of course still blank, but watch, if I close up the box, almost like origami, I fold it up and then I snap.
There's not cards in there.
The cards actually appear
Stop it.
inside
Serious?
of the box. I will not stop it. This is my job. Now you'll see the cards are actually blank too. This is what they look like before they leave the factory, but you guys will love this. If you look at the deck and you just think of any card that you see,
They're going to be printed.
all I have to do is snap my fingers and it comes back to the top.
Wait, what?
You don't look
It's all
impressed.
the same. Because it's all the same.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, yes. But if I wanted to print one of the cards,
Right.
if I wanted to print a card, I do that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it happens kind of quickly. Don't miss it. Watch. All I do is if I wave the hand over, you'll see this is what they look like before they leave the factory. Let's say you're playing a game of poker, and in your hand you have a 5, maybe a 10, maybe a 9, maybe a 4, maybe a 6. Of course, I don't have any of those cards. But if I did, they would actually look like this. But this is a trick card, right? Because there's nothing here, except it's all the way here. Now you have a back without a face and a face without a back. It doesn't make much sense, but if I snap, that makes not just one card, but every card in the deck. Not just the faces, but also the backs.
Matt, you're a full factory. That's insane.
But if there's one thing I want you to remember before we go, it's that this is what cards look like before they leave the factory. So if anybody asks you how that's done, promise me you'll just tell them you have no idea.
What? Matt, do you have a factory for money printing too?
That was amazing, Matt.
I will show you that one next time.
That is amazing.
Yeah, you are incredible. I don't know how you did that. Matt Franco, thank you so much for chatting with us. It has been an absolute pleasure.
We'll be right back.
It is a time when we all gather around and share what we're most grateful for. So I wanted to throw this out on the table to ask you right now, yes you, what's on top of your gratitude list this year? So I'm going to go around the horn. Erica, I'm going to start with you. Stop it. I do like going around the horn. We should get a horn. What are you most grateful for? And I mean specifically 2021, because this year has been interesting.
Yeah, I'm super grateful that we are going to have dinner with 23 friends and family. I'm super grateful that COVID hit my family really hard.
Yes, it did.
We have members of our family who don't have their mom anymore. We're starting new traditions this year, and I'm just super grateful to have them.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, same thing, family. You know, it sounds cliche, but my mom and dad are flying in. I'm going to the airport to pick them up right after.
Big Jeff, huh?
What?
Big Jeff. You're Big Jeff. He's Big Jeff.
His name's Keith.
Okay.
You ruined my sentimental moment. But
It's like, what? His name
We
is
call Keith Big Jeff. No, we don't.
Yeah. All right. So Big Jeff's coming in. I'm picking him up from the airport. But simply having dinner with my mom and dad and my sons in a house that I feel like I've earned is very emotional to me, and it's all I care about in my whole life. And it's the simple things that we really cherish in our life that sometimes we overlook and that we have to be happy for.
Yeah, I mean, for me, guys, it's definitely just my sobriety and being present in the moment. I mean, I would always go through Thanksgiving or whatever, but just like being able to remember everything and like being able to connect without having anything to mute those feelings is like a big deal to me. I wish I had done it earlier, but it's great and I'm happy and can't wait to see the little ones.
Well, you're doing it now, and that's what's important. Which
Thanks.
Is,
what about you, girl?
Amazing. I think, first off, I'm really thankful for science for allowing me to go back home and visit. I'm going home for Hanukkah as well to see my mom. She's really immune compromised, and I get to squeeze her and hug her and hold her, and that is a miracle. So I want to thank everyone who worked hard and is fighting this pandemic. And I also just want to say thank you to our viewers and for you guys. You teach me a lot about compassion and empathy and meeting in the middle. And I think what you said earlier about the world is we're all on one side or the other. And I'm very grateful to be practicing more compassion and more empathy for everyone, because it's hard out there and everyone's going through their own uphill battle. So I'm grateful for that reminder.
Everyone is talking about DBL.
You guys are a blast. Every single thing you're talking about, I want to sit there with you.
You sound great and you look great.
Thank you very much, Sean Stamos. That means a lot.
What a pleasure it is to look at all of you.
You're all doing just a great job.
I love the show because it's smart, it's entertaining.
Y'all got really good questions.
You guys are on fire.
DBL is feeling the love.
I was listening to your conversation. It's so interesting.
Welcome back to DBL. What's that? You want me to dip back into the mailbag?
Stop doing that.
Okay, I will. We got more viewer questions for us. This one's for Jeff. Aside from your kids, Jeffrey, what's your greatest accomplishment?
Professionally, I don't even want to answer after what you just did. No, but I think Around the World for Free, the show that I did, and I was circumnavigated the globe in 100 days. That was in Goa, India.
So like you went without the ideas, you had no money.
No money, yeah. So I had to rely on the audience. I was like, really made me grow up. Great experience professionally as a host, everything, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was.
Erica, Sarah wants to know, what celebrity interview has surprised you the most, Miss Cobb?
I'm going to say Lionel Richie. Yeah, Lionel was awesome. He came into a radio station I did mornings for, sang with his keyboardist Chucky Booker, asked me to sing Diana Ross's part, and years later invited me to interview him at Red Rocks.
Good Lord.
Wow. Lionel Richie is the truth.
Wow. We'll see you again, same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, Lionel.